being said, we are officially recording. I believe this is our third MBS Twurkshop, which I'm stoked about. And for these Twurkshops, we do one a week. And if you want to lead one, awesome. You can talk about and train on whatever the heck you like and whatever you feel confident in, whatever you like to do in your business. Just make sure that, adding value and it's beneficial. So the goal of this Twurkshop is to have about 15 minutes of discussion, instruction right off the bat, 15 minutes of work time, then another 15 of discussion, questions, and then another 15 of work. So for me, I'm going to talk about inviting to coaching. Why? Because I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's like inviting people to be my best friend, and I don't feel bad about it. And I like peer pressuring people into being my friend. I'm good at it. That's what it said on my thing. I got it in the mail yesterday. It said I'm good at peer pressure. So, and I swear, Brian was like, yeah, you really are good. I was like, thank you. Such a blessing. But it's so important to me because had I not peer pressured any of you, you wouldn't be here either. And you guys are some of the closest people in my life. And so I really think inviting to coaching it's the hardest in the beginning because you think you're like, oh, I don't know. And you put it off and you put thoughts in their head that they might have. Well, they might think this, they might think that. And I think we do that with inviting just in general or posting. People might think that. And at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? Whatever I want people to think is what I'm going to put into the universe and the atmosphere as I'm inviting. So to be honest, when I think about inviting to coaching, there is a little bit of a process, right? Because you're like, okay, well, the questions I normally get are who do I invite? How do I invite them? When do I follow up? All these different things. So when I'm sitting down and I'm saying, okay, who am I going to invite to coaching? I used to say everyone, anywhere, everything. But then I realized when I'm inviting people to be my best friends, I really want them to have similar morals and values as me. Not like if someone I was just listening to How Happiness Happens. So if you're listening to this as well, essentially Levi and Matthew, if you know anything about the Bible, Levi is Matthew. I feel like that's a movie line somewhere. Like Finkel is Einhorn. Same thing, right? So Levi is Matthew. Levi was a tax collector. He ran with the people that weren't holy and all this stuff. And Jesus took it upon him and was like, no, I want to work with Levi and I'm going to make you Matthew and you're going to be my people. And so I don't sit there and prejudge people, but I do make sure maybe they're in the right headspace to start coaching. Because if I look at their page and they're not, that's okay. I'll still invite them to a health journey or a free group or something because it's not my job to judge them and where I think they're at. But I think it is important to know who you're inviting and what you're inviting them to. So right off the bat, when I'm thinking about who I'm inviting, I make my dream team list, and I've made this ever since day one. I just straight up get on there. I brainstorm. So this is what we're going to do in our 15 minutes of work. We're going to do that. But I brainstorm. This is who I think about brainstorming. It's like people who are liking my pictures, people who are commenting on my pictures, people who are liking my Instagram, watching my stories on IG, my best friends. And I'll tell you right now, it's a lot harder to invite friends and family to coach than it is some stranger. I have no idea why. I think we fear, I do have an idea why. I think we fear what they're going to say or going to think or how they're going to treat us after they say no or don't respond. So they're going to pretend they didn't see the message and you're going to just own it. I know you saw it. I know you know what I'm doing. You watch me. What do you think about it? Don't be scared to ask those tough questions and don't be scared to be confident in your invites. So who to invite, how to invite, when to follow up, how to invite you guys. And I'll go over this again and you have questions, please ask. I just want to make sure we get as much work time as possible. And when we're working, guys, it doesn't have to be silent working. Please don't think I can't unmute. It's 15 minutes of me just brainstorming. No. That's obnoxious. So how to invite is, like I said, people who like your pictures, friends on Facebook and Instagram, creating that dream team list. I have 10 people that I want on my team. And if I get one to say yes, awesome, I replace that name. That just doesn't drop to 9. It's like, okay, well, who's next? And I stalk people and I hunt them down and I look for people who are confident already and who would be willing to run. And I don't know if they actually are going to, but these are the things I look for my dream team list. Positive people who would bring light and joy. And I pray over my dream team list. I pray and ask God, show me who you think would be a good fit for our tribe. Show me who you think I could help mentor to bring more people to the kingdom. God, show me. I do this on everything. I pray before I invite. I pray before I make my dream team list. I pray before I think about where I'm going to go to invite for the day, because when I'm in the thick of it, I'm in the thick of momming, or I'm in the thick of whatever it is, life, work, anything, oftentimes I get distracted and I don't know where to start. So I pray over it. How to invite them, you guys? I love bombing people. I got a love bomb last night when we were on the PD call, and I don't even know this person. And boom, she was liking, loving. And I was like, I'm going to go find out who that is. Go to people's pages before you invite them. Like, love them, comment on their stuff, get to know them, and then immediately send an invite. I get the question often of like, how long should I wait? Why would you wait? You just love bomb them. They know you're stalking them. Tell them, I just stalked you. I just totally went down your page and I looked at everything and I love XYZ about you. And tell them something that you learned about them or you love about them, and say, this is probably going to come out of left field, but have you ever considered coaching? Because I would love to work with someone like you. And they might have no idea what you're talking about, and that's okay. Then you can explain it to them. But love bombing someone, sending them a message right after, telling them you want to work with them, is one of my favorite ways to invite. Think about it. You're giving them a compliment. You're lifting them up. You're pouring love and light into them. That is not a bad way to invite. The love bomb invite is an incredible way to invite. So you make your dream team list. You make your list of names. Nancy, be careful. I see your face like, oh no. And I'll share these notes after as well. My chicken scratch that I put together. I'll type it out for you guys. But you make that dream. Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, of course.
When you do your, and you invite them right away, even if it's a cold, do you still do your voice message when you send them an invite?
Ooh,
if it's someone that you don't know?
Yeah, I'll do voice message. I just sent someone a message the other day and I was just like, I am sorry, this is just my life. Anyways, because the kids are in the background, they're screaming, there's chaos. But if a voice message works, yes. And they're a little bit more genuine, but I always keep it to less than a minute. And if I go over, I'm like, oh, okay. If I go over, I message them and say, dang it, this thing always cuts me off. I talk too long. I'm going to cut it here, but I really would love to chat more with you. So that 1 minute cutoff reminds me, hey, this is too long, Jack. Cut it. It's
awesome.
kind of a good frame of reference. So yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. And you can voice message. Morgan's so good at sending voice messages for invites. That's really great. If you have a time block and you're like, okay, my goal is to invite 25 to coaching. I already have my list created, and you want to go ahead and just use a similar script. I have an outline. I change it for everyone depending on how I feel like inviting that day. I don't have one specific way because I feel like that puts us in a box and it might not work for that day. So I do like my outlines of scripts. I do like my voice messaging. I like to do whatever feels good for me in the moment. If my energy is not super high, I don't send voice messages because you can hear it. It's like, hey, da 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 da. It's hard. So those are the days that I'll send. I still send those messages, but I use my outline and I reword it for each person. So another way, so we have the make your list. You can do it off people who like your pictures, friends on Facebook and Instagram, people who watch your stories, your dream team, how to invite them, the love bomb and sending a message, call to actions on your post, guys. Even like you want to join? How about you? Like, don't underestimate those. I do a call to action every single day, and it's on a different, whether it be coaching, whether it be wanting a recipe, whatever it is. Like, even in a hashtag, why not you? That's a call to action. You're planting those seeds. So doing the call to action post and then having people comment, boom, you can reach out and invite right then and there. Another way is in live videos, which I didn't even write down here, but that's one of my favorite ways to invite, is doing a live video, sharing something, and not making it salesy, but at the end saying, hey, if you want to join, you can talk about your kids, you can talk about your crazy, you can talk about your journey, you can talk about anything and be like, I don't know if you've been following me. At the end, I always do a call to action at the end of my live videos and say, hey, our next group, I don't know if you've seen my other posts, but just in case you haven't, since you're here now, our next group starts on this day. We're kicking off with XYZ. If you want in, I have 5 spots, message me. If this video helped you at all, like it, love it, share it. Love you guys. And it's a very simple call to action at the end of a live. So that's another good way. Polls and stories, you know, and Trish is really good about these. And I don't watch a lot of stories, so there's probably other people who rock the shit out of their polls and their stories and inviting to coaching. But I never do yes or no, because I don't like people's negativity with like, no. I always say yes or not yet. Yes or more info. Yes or duh. Like, I only give them answers I want to hear, because I don't want to be watched. No, I don't want more info. And I'm like, oh, I'm deflated. Like, but we did it to ourselves. So it's really an easy fix, you know, to swap that out. And then adding value posts. I stole Amanda Nieder's spaghetti squash post last week and the recipe. And she shared the recipe right in the comment sections to everybody who wanted it. I sent a private message and said, hey, are you on a health journey? With it. Like, hey, are you looking to eat healthy, or are you on a health journey already? How can I help? And I've had tons of people respond, and people that say yes, they're on a health journey. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you a coach too? That's it. And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, why not? I just invited them to coaching. All because I shared a recipe. People wanted it, and I sent them an adding value message, an adding value invite. Stupid simple. You can do it with recipes, especially we have Thanksgiving coming up, guys. That's a really good time. Crock-pot recipes is getting cold. Yeah, we have our free group too. You can invite them to that, but you can also say, oh, are you on a health journey? It's an easy segue into, yes, I am. Okay, are you a coach? No, I'm not. Well, how can I help? Simple, 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 you guys. Like, these are things that I love inviting like that, because I sent 50 recipes out. I didn't feel bad. I gave you a recipe. Try it out. Let me know how it is. Are you on a health journey? Awesome. You are. Let's go. Roll with me. Do you need help? No? Okay. Awesome. Let me know if you do. I have these groups you can join. Great. So it really is a lot of fun to invite like that, because you don't feel, I don't know, I never feel salesy in my invites. I just don't in my inviting to coaching and my inviting to health journey. And then next up is, let's see, the last way I like to invite is the thank you messages. Again, super simple, thanking people for loving on your journey. You know, even with Monique's message, or Monique's post, Monique, sorry, I always call you Monique because that's my little sister's name. So her transformation post last week, when she crushed MM100, thanking each and every single person that commented and said, thank you so much. Like, are you on a health journey? Is there any way I can help? You know, I love asking people, how can I help? Because I would love if someone reached out to me and just said, how can I help? I would be like, oh my God, thank you. I don't know yet, but I need help, because we all need help, and we're a community and we're in this together. Even if you think you can do it by yourself and you got it, you might reach someone on that day that just needs help with whatever it may be. You know what? I just need a healthy recipe because I don't know what to cook for my kids tonight. Boom. And you can send them one and add value. It's a really simple way. Okay, and then the last part, before we do get to work, and you guys can ask questions too, is when to follow up. And I know for me, like as a new coach or even a few years in, I always worried about bothering people. I was like, oh, I'm pestering them. When to follow up, how many times to follow up. Guys, I think of it as, when you guys text me, if my kids open the message, which is often, my kids open my messages, or I read it and think I responded in my head, and then next thing I know, a week has gone by and I didn't answer you and you didn't follow up with me, and then I feel guilty and I'm like, oh shoot, I never responded back, and now it's a week later. I am really sorry. Like, I answered you in my brain, or my kids read this. You know, I think I would love that follow-up message the next day, because I don't feel bad if someone is like, hey, did you see my message? I'm like, oh shoot, I did. Or no, I was super busy. Thank you for resending this. And I just ask them. I just ask people very simply, be honest. Hey, I sent you a message yesterday. Just want to make sure it went through. And then I'll send about 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Minette, go ahead.
Do you do that only if they open your message, if they view it, or do you do it if they didn't even like read it on Facebook?
I do it both. Don't even care. They read it. They didn't read it. They saw it. They didn't see it. I don't even think about it. I just say, okay. Because I want them to know that I'm thinking about them. It wasn't just an invite and then I'm going to fall off the face of the earth because I don't care about them. It was a message because I care about them. Yeah, Trace.
You know, it's a good point too. Sometimes if you guys, I don't know if you have this on your phone, sometimes your notifications pop up where you can kind of read the message, even though it doesn't show you've read it. So I kind of use that mentality, like they probably saw it for a quick second and I'm just going to send them a follow-up anyways. Like,
yep. Yeah, so I'll just work out in my schedule what works for me for follow-ups. If I do one day of invites and then the next day I do follow-ups and invites and follow-ups and I rotate, it depends on how you work best and what's your best headspace. Are you good at doing 15-minute blocks of 15 minutes of invite, 15 minutes of follow-up, 15 minutes of building your network? Or do you like to do all your invites on one day, all your follow-ups on one day, all your building your network on another day? Like it really, everybody's brain works different. And in the beginning, it's going to take you a little bit to figure out how you can stay focused and get the most out of your time. I know for me, I'm a block person. Like I have to do one thing on one day, one thing on the next day, one thing on the next day, because with my ADHD, I'm like, zing, 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 zing. And I'm like, I did nothing. I worked for 3 hours and I wasn't on the news feed. I was doing stuff, but I was not focused at all. Did he just spit at you? That's really funny. Oh my God, I love him. That's awesome. Okay, so with that's the gist of how I invite to coaching. So my challenge for you guys right now, and Nance, I know you're driving, even just to brainstorm your list. So we're going to take about 10 minutes. So at 9:57, brainstorm your list of who you want to invite, right? So you can go to your pictures to see who liked them. You can go to your friends list on Facebook, to your followers on Instagram, and go down the rabbit holes for the next 10 minutes. This is your like your investigative work. You're not just scrolling the feed to scroll the feed. You're going with intention to look at people to say, you know what, I want them on my list. I want to invite them this week. So we'll go ahead and start now. I will mute if you have questions during this. Go ahead and just unmute and ask them again till 9:57. I'm going to grab some water too. So, all right, ladies, let's do some investigatory work. I like that. We're going to some detective work. And like I said, if you're driving or just listening in, just kind of brainstorm. And if you can jot it down, awesome. Nancy, just be careful. All right, guys, 10 minutes. Go for it. Till 9:57. And to just let y'all know what I'm doing right now, I am literally going to my page and I'm going to go over each and every single post for at least the last week because I need one area of focus. It might help you guys. And just click on the likes. And I'm going to just start with yesterday's post and go down the line. So that's what I'm doing. If anybody has something else different that they're doing and they want to share, feel free.
I've been running this free group and it's been like insanely awesome. So I'm going through who I've added and who's been commenting on other people's posts and who's been posting like independently and adding value and really participating, because those are the people that I think would be excellent coaches because they're already taking leadership roles in the group. So that's what I'm doing right now.
I love that. What's your free group on?
It's on Facebook.
No, like what's your topic? Is it just free?
Oh, it's literally just, it's called Wildly Limitless Fitness Community, and it's literally for anyone doing anything. Like we're doing water, we're doing steps, we're doing, like I post the daily check-in for fitness and workouts. And the nice thing is that a lot of the girls, so all of the girls that I've signed up are in there posting about their bod workouts. So now I'm getting people funneling in. They're like, hey, wait, what about me? Like, I want to do this too. And I've signed up, I think, 3 people so far that way. So it's been going really well. So.
That's phenomenal. Awesome. I love it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Anybody else want to unmute and tell us what you're doing? I gotta love when I find someone, I'm like, oh, she looks great. Let me see our mutual friends. Oh, Tracy. Tracy Rigg, and she's from Canada, and I think she's your friend that you ran the race with. So, Melissa, I will not be inviting Melissa to coaching, but you should. I was like, she always loves all my stuff. I know why, because she's your friend, and we connected that way.
She is obsessed with you. Okay, I work with her at work, and she talks literally about you pretty much as I do. And I think I've even caught her talking about you with me not around. Like, I was like, "Are you talking about Jack?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, you would think she met you. I'm just.
Well, I'm love bombing her right now, so now you should invite her to coaching. Say, Jack wasn't talking. Jack was talking about you, and she was going to invite you to coaching, but realized you were my friend. That is literally the invite I would send her. So she said, if I don't invite you to coaching, she's going to start harassing you. Boom. That is a true invite. Caitlin, I don't know if you're on. I know you're on, but we have a mutual friend, and I want to know if you invited her yet. We went to high school with her.
You say my name? Who?
Yeah, Michelle. It's her married last name. Chafe.
Yeah, she's I think Alexis is.
Is she?
Trying to reel her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll love bomber.
Yeah, I actually messaged her. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I figured you did. That's why I was like, well, I can love bomber while I'm here.
Michelle. It was Michelle Munns.
Yes, Munns. Thank you.
Yeah, she's chafing.
It's her last name. It's not actually what's happening.
What will? Hold on, I'm gonna mute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And guys, this is really cool too, because as we start to grow and we like become friends with people, right? Because they join our groups together, they see people. Like, I love finding someone like this and someone like with Tracy, like, hey, Trace, I see you're friends with someone. I love adding them as a friend, love bombing on them. I would never steal an invite from her or her person, but I love being able to lift that person up as well and let them know this is what our tribe is like. It's not just a one-stop shop, like she just joins Tracy or she just joins Caitlin or whatever. It's like, no, we all become friends. So me love bombing her and then Tracy reaching out and be like, hey, Jack mentioned XYZ or whatever. Like, we want you on our team. But that's Tracy's invite. You know what I mean? Like, I would never be like, I got to her first. Like, hell no, that's messed up. And we don't work like that.
What's her Instagram name?
Huh?
Are you on Instagram? No.
No, I'm not on her Instagram. I'm on her Facebook. She changed her cover photo.
I have a question. I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but I had was talking to this girl for like a long time. I'm not really interested in gonna sound bad, but in developing like a personal face-to-face relationship with her. but she asked me to come over to go over options because we both live in Ottawa, and that makes me really uncomfortable, but I don't know how to continue with the conversation without being mean. Like, it has nothing against her. It's just like, anyhow, like,
I have that happen all the time. And I'm like, one, if it was just me, I'd say meet in a coffee shop. But we have people with us all the time. That's what we have. And so I don't feel comfortable bringing my kids to someone I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter how long I've been Facebook friends. Until I've met you, I don't want my kid to meet. You just don't know. You know, the internet can be a scary place. So what I would do is do a Zoom chat. Message her last week. Awesome. I would say, hey, we can hop on a video chat, like with Hayden's schedule. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But I would love to talk to you like this. So that's what I just turn it over to.
Okay. All right. That's a good idea. Thank you.
Yeah. I get that all the time. And I'm like, not that I don't trust you, but like, I don't know.
It's a lot. I don't know. Yeah. So anyhow, thank you.
And once you get to know them, you can meet at, like, if she has kids too, then you meet at the park or something, you know, once you know her a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it's not that you're not interested in developing a relationship, but you're a mom. And so you go through all the horrible things that could happen.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's a normal feeling. I get it all the time.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So our 10 minutes of brainstorming is up. And I just want you guys to tell me how many people you thought of, if you were able to write down a list of names, or if not. And honest to God, you guys, you don't realize how much back work you have to do when you create these lists. So mine right now, I have one person on my list from that time. One. And I went through about 5 to 6 in the 10 minutes, and obviously we were chatting too. But this is research that you need to spend time doing before you head into your week. So when I plan on Sundays, or I take my planning time Monday morning, whatever that may be, I plan out who I'm going to talk to for the week. Because you better believe, if I'm trying to create this list for people to invite or go on the fly, it's not going to happen throughout the week because the weeks are busy, or maybe it will, but I have to dedicate time to figuring out who I'm going to invite, whether it be to the coaching journey or to the health journey or whatever it may be. I need to know ahead of time. So when we're creating these lists, you're going to have to go through, research people, stalk them. You know, again, I just got through, I have one on my list. So Nancy, I know.
So I need some help on figuring out how to track, keep track. So this notebook is my life. I write everything about my coaching life in here. So this is how I've been tracking on pen and paper. And I go back each week and look at, okay, I invited them. I follow up with them then. But there's got to be a better way. I don't know what do you do?
So there's multiple ways, and what I can tell you is find the way that works for you and be consistent with it, and no matter what it looks like. So there's Teamzy that you can pay for monthly, and you can put all your people in there. You can download your Facebook friend list and your Instagram list, I believe, and then upload it all to that. It will rotate people for you. It's an awesome system. You do have to learn the system, and you have to pay monthly, and it's $30 a month. There is Google Streak. Takes a shit ton of time setting up. I know because I've done it. And honestly, I feel like that's the biggest pain that I've had, but that's for me.
There's a Twurkshop on Sunday about Google Streak if anyone's interested.
And if you don't have someone to guide you on the setup, it was a nightmare for me because it took, Nancy, I know it took Nancy a lot of time to set up, but she works really well with it. So don't discount anything just because it didn't work for me. So then there's the Excel spreadsheet. You can just put their names in an Excel spreadsheet. I think that's what Trisha does. She sits down, writes them all down, writes when she messages. And I would do it through your Google Drive, because when you create an Excel spreadsheet on your Google Drive, you can access it from your phone, your computer, anywhere, versus if you just do a file on your computer, but you want to work from the park one day, I can't get to my list. Or if you forget that notebook, I can't get to my list, and that's really, really hard. And then for me, I just use the note section on my phone. That's all I do. And it's not super fancy. I just title the month. I title coach invites. I title client invites. I put page. I put Instagram. It's just easy for me because I always have it right there.
Yeah. So you're constantly having to go in and move names around, and that's just life, right? Like you're just going to have to take that time to constantly be moving names around.
Yeah, because
Okay,
it is, you know, until that's my least favorite part of this. But if you don't track, you lose people.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did we have a Twurkshop maybe about Google Streak coming up?
Yeah, that's what Nancy said on Sunday.
Oh, oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was honestly.
You know what? I just got to say, like, Google Streak, it wasn't that hard to set up because I work in Gmail quite a bit. But once I did have it set up, like, my system is amazing. Like,
I'm going to be going to that Twurkshop
day saying who I have to invite, and I don't have to pay, like, a monthly fee of, like, $30 or whatever it is. Like, it's absolutely free. And I have all of these, like, pipelines set up. So I track where people are all the time in the pipeline.
That's really cool. And I will say I did set up 4 years ago, and it's probably come a long way since 4 years ago.
Yeah, probably, because they're always doing updates.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'm honestly excited to see that. So if you want to track on something, you use Google all the time, guys. What time is your Twurkshop, Nancy? Sunday night?
I think it's at 7 Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, what other questions do we have? If nothing, I want you guys to say how many people you thought of or wrote down to invite.
I thought of 5 new people and wrote down the people that were already on my dream team list, but I had never actually written it out. And I wrote beside it who, like, one of them is a coach, but she's not active. Another 4, I had planted the seed already. And then there's 2 that I haven't said anything to about. What's wrong, dude? And then I thought of 5 new invites, one of them to coaching, and then 4 just general invitations off of the stuff that they commented on. But it was kind of really nice. I was really proud of myself as I was going through my recent comments that I have followed up and invited the majority of the people. So that felt good. To go get. Also, can we lead a Twurkshop whenever we want, or how does it work if we feel that we want to share something?
So we're going to do 1 a week, sorry. Just so that, because I feel like if we overload it, people feel like they need to be on the call. So 1 a week. I don't think December's are planned out yet. So reach out to Linda or Trace, you would know too. Do we have December's planned out?
We have some, but I don't think it's all the way planned.
Yeah.
I think there's a date taken, but I believe there's openings. So
okay.
I can check that for you, Monique.
Because I would love to share, like, what I did with my free group and how it's going and what was successful about it. So that would be something I'd love to talk about.
Cool. Yeah, so work with Trace and then she can set you up on a date. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Yay, thank you.
Love it.
I have something.
Yes.
So I get not confused, maybe the word is overwhelmed with what to invite to, because there's so much stuff.
You just have to pick what you like inviting to. Honestly, I don't invite to the free group because I don't like inviting to it. And that's just me. I like inviting to coaching. So I invite to coaching, and if there's a program launch or I'm going to have a new start day, I invite to my new start day. Because it gives, the reason we have so much is so that everybody likes something different. And therefore, there's something for everyone to invite to. You need to do what you want to. Like, what speaks to you? What do you like? Like, what gives you joy in your business?
Okay. Well, okay.
Like, do you like inviting to coaching?
Yes.
Then just invite to coaching.
Okay. Maybe I don't like to invite to coaching.
Okay. Do you like to add value to people's lives?
Yes.
Okay, then post a recipe or a free workout or a free trial and then send them a message. And in that message, ask them if they're on a health journey. And then you're inviting to a challenge group.
So I think I probably just, like, my basic invite is like you were just saying, go through people that like and love on your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I always ask them if they're on a health journey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess from there, I decide where they should go.
Yeah. So you,
question.
Yeah, so then, yeah, exactly. And I would just add in the how can I help? I love adding that in. I added it in the last year. And it's just made me feel like I can serve them on whatever platform they need serving on versus just like their health journey. I feel like I was limiting them when I said, how, you know, are you on a health journey too? Because then if they weren't or they weren't and they didn't want to answer, but when I added, how can I help? I ended it with that. It just kind of opened up the conversation a little bit more to get to learn and know about them and then see where they go. So yeah, I think that you just like inviting in general, adding value and invite. And that's a perfect way to go about it, is to see where they, like meeting them where they need to, you know, like I have to coaching. Yeah. But I meet people where they need.
Am I the only one that feels this way? Because I feel like there's always a group and I'm like, I don't know.
I think that it's very easy to get overwhelmed, but I think that literally you just have to own your business and your time and not feel bad about not inviting to everything. Like, you know, pick what you want to. That's it. Just pick it. Okay. And be decisive. Nope, this is what I like and I don't feel bad.
Well, can I say something to Caitlin too? Like I sometimes feel that same way, Caitlin, because it's like, okay, last week I was inviting to this, you know, and next week I'm inviting to the crockpot thing. And it's like, I don't want to also be that person that's always like, oh, there's Bridget Lowe. She's got something else going on. It's just Bridget Lowe. She just always has something going on.
Oh, I always have.
And maybe that's me putting words in their mouth and thoughts in their heads too.
Well, you know what? They're going to think that in the beginning. And then they're going to think, wow, like first they'll think, oh, she always has something. And then they'll think, wow, that's really cool. She always has something. And all it takes is you just continuing to own your journey. I'm telling you, like, it's crazy because in the beginning, you're like, oh, I don't want to follow you. I don't want to do this. And we're always so worried about other people. Just invite to what you want to invite to. If you really love crockpots, yes, and Instapots, do it. If the next month the free group has zero interest to you and doesn't speak to your people, don't do it. You know, and in the beginning when there was nothing to invite to, think about how much harder that was. The overwhelm comes from us and the anxiety, and it's real. It's real. It's not a made up feeling, but that's just us not owning what we want to do and how our business is supposed to look for us.
Right. I feel like if I'm overwhelmed, then my people that are following me are like, what the frig? She's going from like personal development to crockpot to...
You're reaching, with your personal development, you're reaching people who need to see that. With your workouts, you're reaching people who need to see that. With my retreat, I'm reaching people that need to see that. With my other group, like my people follow me for what they need from me. They don't care about the rest of the stuff. I could post 900 times a day. You know, it's just, I just post about whatever I want to share about, and then the rest of it, screw it.
Sometimes what I've done is when I'm talking to someone, I'll say, what is it that makes you follow my page, or what is it that got you here to this point? And then sometimes that really guides me of, okay, this is the post that generated interest, or this is another thing that I do is that I sometimes just, I'm notorious for word vomiting. Like when you said 67 voice messages, I was like, ooh, I should do that too. But I just tell them everything. I'm like, this is everything that we've got going on. I'm sorry if this is overwhelming. And then how I word it is, when I'm making a decision, I want everything laid out in front of me. And most of the people, when they respond, is yes, thank you so much for giving me all of the information. And then I ask them, well, where is it that you see yourself? Where is it that you need the most support? But I'm really honest. I'm like, I'm sorry, I talk too much. I get really excited. Please don't hate me for the word vomit, but I just love everything that I do. And I want to make sure you have all of the information. And then that's been really good. Most people are like, no, like, I appreciate it because now it's so much clearer to me.
Yeah.
So,
and you're speaking to your people. Like your people are attracted to you because they like your excitement. They like the fact that you're 100% like, this is what it is. Take what you need from it and then don't. You know? Yeah. It's like when we get in our own heads is when we shut down our business, our life, our marriage, our kids. Like we just need to focus on staying out of our own heads and really like speaking to our people. How do I need the information? You know, and if for a minute her information, giving people all that information that works for her, it's probably going to work for the people she's attracting. You know, and so I really love that. Thank you for sharing. What else?
Thanks so much. I'm going to pop off because he's tired, but have a good day, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, if we don't have any more questions, we are going to roll into our next session of work. And I know you're probably like, dang it, I wanted to finish my dream team. I wanted to go back to stocking. You guys can do that after. Because right now what I want you to do is I'm going to have you post, if you didn't, did everybody post the recipe, or did anybody rather? Let me rephrase that. If you posted the recipe that I posted the other day, raise your hand. And if you didn't, great, because I'm going to have you all just share and post it now, and I'm going to give you the exact invite to send to people after. Again, if it doesn't get any likes or comments or anything, think about the time of day we're posting a dinner recipe too. And so it might get less traction right now. If it doesn't get any traction, delete it, post it later on today. That's what I do. If I just follow it. If for the first 30 minutes it doesn't get anything, I'm like, you know what? It's breakfast. Nobody's thinking about spaghetti squash right now. That's truth. But at 4 o'clock when people are hungry and haven't made dinner yet, they're like, oh my God, give me that cheesy lasagna deliciousness, and you can repost it later. So I want you guys to go to my page, because I didn't post it that long ago. Scroll back. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. Boop, 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 boop. OMG, yes please, spaghetti squash amazingness. Who wants the recipe? I had about 30 some people I sent this invite to. So steal the picture, take it, and then I'll send you the invite as well.
I'm gonna wait to do that because I just legit posted.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm gonna do it. I love recipe ones, so yeah. Sorry, I'm in a hotel and
I know, I was looking at that. Where are you?
and I look like last night. Bad news.
I don't know what I look like, and I was going to do something before I hopped on. And I was like, I'm not doing anything. It's like my postpartum, post-period acne's here.
I've got like last night's like eye makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Literally rolled out of bed and was like, oh, there's a twerk shop. I want to be on that.
I'm gonna send they're probably like, what are you doing? In the new coach. Actually, I'll just do it all right there. There you go, Caitlin. Yes, hold on, I'm minimizing you guys for a sec. I cannot minimize when I'm recording. Well, I won't be minimizing you guys. Boop. And you're probably like, well, how is this invited to coaching? Because remember, when you ask them, are you on a health journey? How can I help? If they say yes, you're going to swap it over. Boop, boop, boop. Where did it go? There it is. Boop.
Was the recipe for it in your comments?
So nope. Why would I give it in the comments?
I'm like, oh, I don't have the recipe. So if someone asks me for it, I'm like, oh.
I'm going to give you Twurkshop. And then I'm going to give you this now. Recipe add you invite, see, boop, boop, boop. Message to send.
A nice shimmy over there, Tracy. You're shimmying.
What's that?
You're shimmying over there.
Me?
I was like, bring on the spaghetti squash.
I know.
Diet.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go get they say yes.
You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever had spaghetti squash.
Really?
Oh my God, it's so yummy.
I have a good recipe for it. It's delicious.
And you have an Instapot. I cook mine in my Instapot.
See? Someone asked me, they're like, oh, because I posted around dinner time, they're like, you're a photographer and a chef? And I was like, oh no, I didn't. No, you're wrong. I told them straight up on my post. I was like, I did not take this picture, and nor did I make this. But I think it looks delicious. Thank you, though.
But you're so convincing with everything else, and they would believe that. They would be like, sure, oh my God, she's a chef too. They're like, this girl's everything.
I could cook. I just don't. I actually really like cooking, except for my kids screaming and crying. Coach invite. They say yes. Okay. Come on, scroll down. Dream team list. Oh, here we go.
I gotta hop off, but thanks a lot, Jack. I'll listen to the recording when I'm on my way home.
Yes, no, you're good. That's your last task, is to post that. And I just shared in the new coach thread, I shared the message that you send them. And then I will find it right now when they say yes or when they say no. We talked about it a lot here. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. But thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for the Twurkshop questions, for sharing what you guys are doing. If you found this helpful, awesome. If you want to lead something, that speaks to your heart, just reach out to Tracy and Linda, get that organized, steal a date for December. But I think these are going to be awesome for our coaches, especially the coaches who, maybe their upline fell off and they don't feel a connection. They don't know where they can come and ask questions. That's why we really want to host these weekly. So any final questions for anyone? Bye, Nancy. Final questions, comments, concerns? No? All right. I love you, ladies.
Thank you, Deb.
I will chat with you later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.